Hey everybody, it's Tony from Tony'sHealthTips.org, and I'm back at the grocery store. I'm in the dairy section to take a look at what is a better alternative when looking for ice cream toppings. A Reddi whip in a can or more of a Cool Whip product that's in a tub like this. Let me first off start off by saying that both of them are quite unhealthy for different reasons, and for many reasons I don't advocate eating either of them. But there is a clear choice when you're looking at reducing your damage. If you say to me, Tony, I'm gonna eat one either way no matter what, you are actually way better off going with this product here, and I want to show you why. When you look at the ingredients, you're not going to see any partially hydrogenated oils. Those lead to inflammation. Those are the artery cloggers. Those are the big concerns with obesity. Okay. You're also, look at the emulsifier. So emulsifiers are things that blend oils and waters together. Okay. On this one, we have carrageenan, which is not a very good choice at all. So, and the reason I say that is because carrageenan leads to intestinal issues. Anybody out there with Crohn's disease, anybody out there with any sort of issue that has to do with the intestines, we know in mice that carrageenan wreaks havoc on the intestines. So when we look at the emulsifier in this one, we've got polysorbate. Now polysorbate by itself isn't terrible, but when they test samples of polysorbate, we know that it's often contaminated with dioxide, and dioxide is a known carcinogen. So when you're comparing these, it's like, take your choice. Do you want the emulsifier that might cause cancer, or do you want the emulsifier that we know leads to chronic problems with our intestines? So that's why I say neither of them are a good choice. But when we look at the ingredients here, like I said, it's way worse. We've got high fructose corn syrup is in this one, and it's not in the one in the can. We've also got the hydrogenated oil. That's the second ingredient, so there's a lot of that in there, of that hydrogenated oil. And again, although this is unhealthy for its own reasons because of the carrageenan, if there's dairy in there, we know we got bovine growth hormones, we know we got antibiotics if it's not organic dairy. So we know there's a whole host of other reasons. It says artificial flavors. We don't even know what they are. They don't even list them. You don't go to the store and buy artificial flavors, do you? Of course not. So we just don't know what they are. So again, this is horrible. This is even more horrible. They do have products like this that are organic. They're a lot tougher to find. So if you feel like you need a topping of some kind, you're going to want to look at a health food store for some sort of topping like that. Also look at the manufacturers here. This should be no surprise that there's horrible ingredients, because we've got Kraft. Remember that they were purchased by a tobacco company in 1988 or 1989, and then we've got these folks who are owned by ConAgra. Very big link with chemicals there with that industry. So again, both of these are terrible, but the one in the can is slightly better. Now, one of the things that I found interesting here, this is the fat-free version of the Cool Whip. I showed you the original version before. Check out the fat-free version of the Cool Whip. They say proudly that it's a fat-free topping. What does that mean? That means there's no fat in it. Go ahead and look at the ingredient here, and you're gonna see that they're actually not being honest with you. Do you see that little asterisk next to the hydrogenated oil? See that asterisk right there? You go down to the bottom, and what's it say on that bottom label? Adds a negligible amount of fat. So they're saying it's fat-free. Well, there's a little bit of fat, but don't worry about it because it comes up as 0 in the serving size. Well, why is that? Because the serving size is 2 tablespoons. Who actually puts 2 tablespoons of this on one thing of ice cream? Anybody that is sitting down with a big thing of ice cream is putting way more of that on there, and if they did, it would actually start to show up on this label as more than 0 things of fat. So this is a lie. It is not a fat-free product. They're just rounding down on the fat. So again, to recap, be skeptical of labels that say fat-free, and the can is slightly better than the tub, but both are pretty darn bad. Go for an organic version. Remember, you've only got one body. Take care of it.